Colts at the Chiefs. Colts were off last week. They're 8-2. Chiefs increasingly desperate at 5-5. 50.5 over/under, tied for the highest of the week. The Chiefs are favored at home against one of the best teams in the NFL by 3.5 points. Do the Chiefs finally win a must-win game, Chris?
Well, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no here. I'm going to go with the Colts. I don't feel comfortable about it. It's not going to be my best bet, but one, you give Shane Steichen and company extra time to prepare and do that. I think Shane Steichen's scary that way, right? And then we talk about a Chiefs defense that I don't think is as good as in years past, as you've heard me say a million times, right? And I think this is a bad matchup for them too, because they're almost a little bit, in a lot of ways to me, in a different style of play, like the Buffalo Bills. If you're not balanced, right, if you have something, they'll go all in on that and stop that. You can't do that against the Indianapolis Colts. You can't just go, oh, I'm worried about their run game. I'm going to load the box and play man-to-man. Because that's what they were worried about in Denver last week a little bit, and Denver hit big plays against man-to-man. So I think they're going to be concerned with that. And playing man-to-man against Shane Steichen and all those weapons and the creativity he's got and his ability to cross people up and do all that, yeah, I worry about that on the Chiefs' defense. The Colts can run and pass at an elite level. Plus, right, Colts D, zone defense, okay, so now I look at that and go, well, that's advantage Kansas City. Kansas City should be able to move the ball. But, I've said that a few times in the last few weeks, and this is where I'm going to self-scout thyself. Teams, when they play Kansas City, are emboldened to play man-to-man, Mike. They're not scared of it because of the way they run their offense, and there's really nobody scary. I know Xavier Worthy runs 4.2, but it doesn't show on a football field. He doesn't run by that many people. If he gets bumped once, hit 4.2 goes to 4.5 in a hurry. So that's an issue there, right? And let me just get to my last points. Right, the Colts can get after the QB, so they're going to be able to get over Mahomes and that way. And they're hard to score TDs against, as you've heard me say before. They bend, but they don't break. I'm going to take the Colts. I think it all ends this weekend. Colts are the kings of the AFC. The Chiefs will officially not be anything in the AFC this year. I'm going to go with what I've seen all year long. I'm going to go Colts 24-21.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned Xavier Worthy. The other night when we were watching the Monday night game, my son and I told him the stories of guys like Rocket Ishmael and Desmond Howard who just couldn't get off the line of scrimmage at the NFL level.
Right.
Like in college, they're running free. They come to the NFL, they got a guy right across from them that keeps them from getting into their route.
Exactly.
And it hampers their ability.
Exactly.
And it puts more pressure on the team to find ways to get him in the backfield, get him a running start.
Exactly.
Avoid
Stack
that
him
jam.
behind somebody.
And when you're
right.
107.
Right.
Yeah. When you're 175 pounds, you're going to lose that battle more often than not. This one is the one that I back and forth, and eventually I had to take my hand off the checker. Mm-hmm. If there's any team out there that would be backs against the wall, 5-5, chips are down, shit has hit the fan and splattered all over the uniform, and it's time to do something, it's the Chiefs. And I don't know how hot they're going to get. I don't know that they're even going to make the playoffs. I think it'll be hilarious if the Trevor Lawrence fall down, go boom twice play is the thing that keeps them out of the playoffs in a head-to-head tiebreaker with the Jacksonville Jaguars for the 7th seed.
Right.
That could happen.
Right.
Hell, I was talking about this earlier today on PFT Live. The Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bills could all miss the playoffs. Could you imagine that happening? But at the same time, these are still the Chiefs. It's the same DNA. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's desperation time. And it's, it's one thing to beat up on the Dolphins, to beat up on the Titans twice, to roll over the lesser teams. What happened the last time the Colts went into a tough spot against a winning team? What happened?
Yeah,
They
right.
didn't look like the Colts.
They shit the bed.
In Pittsburgh.
Right. Yeah.
Outdoors, on grass. I think that bed shitting part 2 is going to come on Sunday. Chiefs 27-24. I'm still threading the needle. I'm still giving the Colts the half-point cover. I had no idea. I didn't expect the Chiefs to be favored by 3.5 points.
Grandma Florio, get on my lawn.
I like
get
the
on
Chiefs
my
to win.
lawn. I'm Grandma Florio. I'm knitting something special today.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Why my grandma? I guess grandma.
I haven't known
sews
too many
and knits,
grandpas
and
to
grandpa
sew a
just,
whole
like,
lot,
chews
right?
tobacco.
So yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah.
My grandpa, my grandma used to sew.
My grandpa.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, well, your grandma used to skin squirrels too, so I don't know that your grandma was the typical grandma.
She'd be knitting there, and I swear I can have memories of my grandpa growing up, sitting in the chair, chewing something, whatever, and literally spitting on the floor sometimes. And I'd be like, did he just spit on the floor and just say, like, and I was just like, damn, he did. He just spit on the floor, and like, I'll clean it up later, or somebody else will. That's some of my memories there.
One of the memories I have of childhood is visiting my grandparents and my grandpa with a mouthful of mail pouch tobacco and a Tupperware container with paper towels in it that he would spit in. And he had about 3-point accuracy for, a small forward. That's
Right.
about how often he actually hit the bucket when it was time to spit in his makeshift plastic spittoon.
Yo, thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.